talking about our industry, the future is bright, provided the stakeholders and the government in particular is going to assist in so many ways. What is affecting real estate is the government policies. You see, at the moment, we have got stories of land barons. This is a creation of politicians who are coming up with these people who claim to be land developers. So we urge the public to make sure that they deal with the registered agents so that they don't fall prey to such situations. Talking about the future of real estate, like I indicated, the problem that we are mostly facing is that there's no financing, supporting finance. In some other countries, there are banks which can finance projects, developments. That's why you see the land barons are taking advantage, because people, they've got nowhere to go and borrow money. They cannot access financing from established banks, because all these things that they are just deals, they are not properly managed. If there were banks and establishments that could control these developments, we could not have these situations where we find that people are losing money every day. I think last week we have seen people having their houses destroyed in Belvedere. And I think this is not the first time. It has been happening every year, I'm sure. But nothing is being done by the government. So I feel that the government should make sure that such things don't happen. So in other words, we are saying these people are sponsored by politicians, because no individual person can do that. So basically, that's what is drawing back the improvement of sales in terms of real estate. Our economy is impacted much into our real estate business. Like I indicated, that there are no finance, there's no loans that people rely on, there's no stable jobs. So our industry is mostly reliable when they are when the economy is stable. At the moment, the industry is very badly affected. There are so many players who are not regulated. So at the same time, we come back to the economy, which is causing people to venture into business that they are not qualified for. So it is advisable, especially government, to make sure that they come up with policies that controls all industries. Because, for example, no one can go into practice as a doctor today. But if you go out there, there are people who are selling houses, tents, suburbs are doing the same, chiefs are doing that. Everyone is selling houses. The industry should be regulated. But unfortunately, the government has got no policies that can govern this industry. Our regulatory, which is State Agent Council, is trying by all means to make sure that they assist in trying to eradicate bogus estate agents and land barons, but they're overstretched, because the government should involve the police in trying to arrest such people who are practicing as estate agents. If you go in some other countries, if you practice as an estate agent when you are not registered, you could be fined. For example, in Botswana, if you are found advertising accommodation, you'll be arrested, fined 50,000 pula, and 5 years in prison. But here they are only fined maybe $20. They are let go, and it looks like now is a cartel involving even the police itself. That's why you see that we can't have progress in this industry, and the people will continue losing money every day. In terms of what we offer as services here, we do sales, we do property management, we do auctioneering, we do project management as well. So we give a variety of services to the public. Those are the services that we give. In terms of challenges that this industry is facing, like I indicated again, is that every industry needs to be regulated. If you see the banks, they've got their association, insurances, they've got their association. We have got our association, but it looks like the government is not looking at our industry seriously, because they are allowing too many players in this industry. We have seen this creation of developers. There was never developers in terms of our industry. In most cases, it was the state agency council and the banks will be financing the project. Now, individuals with the large amounts of money, they are venturing into the business and they're not following the procedures. That's why you see that there's poor planning in terms of the development of our industry. And the most things that are affecting this industry is that there's no clear planning. Every city should have a town planner, which guides in terms of planning of the town. Now, you see in Harare, there are more houses than anything. And these people need to be employed. And there's this rural urban immigration. People feel that if they come to Harare, they can get houses, then stay. But where do you work? So the government is now encouraging people to migrate from towns, to small towns, or from cross points coming into towns. I feel the government should make sure that in small towns, they encourage development there so that people don't move into town. As we speak now, we've got only 2 towns left, with Harare and Bulawayo. The whole small towns are now cross point. There's no proper management, no proper planning. That is causing a lot of squatting around Harare. Like I said again, there's no town planning. The houses are built all over. Infrastructure is not properly planned. We are very lucky that we are going to have a new town. We encourage the government to come up with a proper town plan. As a company, we cannot engage government, but through our regulatory body, the State Agency Council, we've got a body which is there tasked to monitor and advise government on behalf of the public on what is best. I'm sure they are doing their level best. It's unfortunate, like I said, there are so many players. When too many players become involved, it is now becoming difficult to control. So the government is taking it upon itself through local government and make sure that there are new regulations that are going to control all these activities. And the police should be trained to deal with such things. You've got situations whereby you make a report, you find that the police is not well equipped or not well versed about the real estate. But from my past experience, I think they were trying to come up with the department in the police that handles such issues at the fraud squads. They got some people who are mostly tasked to deal with the frauds in the property industry. But the main problem is that the government should come up with clear policies that deals with issues relating to developments and sanctioned developments that will end up people having their houses and losing money.
How have you taken with the ZACC in terms of arresting these corrupt people like the barons, especially in terms of arrest and prosecution? Have they been prosecuting the culprits, or you see it as if it's a kitchen?
It's unfortunate ZACC only act on minor things. That's the unfortunate thing, because there are very clear incidences that you feel that the ZACC should act, but we have never heard of any conviction or arrests which were meaningful. So if you, I don't know, I don't understand how it operates, because we don't directly deal with the ZACC. We feel ZACC is something that is monitored by government. They can only attend to issues that are mainly with the whistleblowers, but they themselves, they are not advertising themselves more and engaging stakeholders. Because you see, the problem is most of the time people, they tend up having seminars at the hotels, but they should go world in a country world and targeting industry like offices, companies like us, and educate people the procedures on reporting such things, so that some people, they are even afraid to go there, because they think they could also be arrested, because they don't know what crime warrants an arrest, because they are not very clear in terms of their arrest. So we feel that ZACC should go and educate people on how to report and how to make a follow-up, because there are a lot of people who know the whole case. But today I saw an article in the newspaper. Someone said he went to ZACC and ZACC did nothing. So people, when they read such stories, they won't go back there again. So I think they need to educate people on the procedure to report.
Maybe any comment that you can give. We have seen the recent demolitions in Belvedere, but there's an incident that like there are two houses. This one is demolished and the next one is not demolished. But they are saying that these houses are built on an illegal area. But we have seen incidents that some of the houses in that area, they are not demolished, others are demolished. So what message can you give to maybe to the council, or overall message as GN Turner? Because as we noticed on that instance, it seems like the council is also working with our land barons.
It looks like they were targeting a few individuals there. And who is the owner of the land? It's not the first time that the demolition took place on the same land. So the owner of the land should be now the one should be made to compensate these people. He must do something with that land. If it is state land, they should put some banners there. And they are, unfortunately, I don't know why is things happening like that. Because those people, like, with the receipts, that shows that they were paying to council. They should not only demolish, they should arrest those people who are issuing receipts, and those who are doing the survey. Because I'm sure the town council have got all diagrams that indicate this is a road, this is a servitude, this is a property. Why would they allow people to build? And whoever approves the plans are approved. Before the plan is approved, you know where you should know where the property is. The title deed, the deed diagram shows where the property is. Yeah. And also, I think they should just make a policy that no property should be developed without no title deeds. Because the problem is, these people, they don't have full documents. They are just promised that once you have built and all this and that, you get your title deed. But that doesn't happen. The next thing is the house is being demolished.
As Mr. Turner, have you ever had some misunderstandings with local authority in terms of property management, property distribution?
No, there's no way. We don't deal with the local authorities because we normally deal with private owners. So we don't have any time. The only challenge that we are having with council is that the billing of water and the rates and all those things. You see, people are charged the water that they've never consumed. You know, Mavuku, they could file more than 10 years, they've never seen water there. But they are being charged. So I think it's something that is worrying. When even you take money from a client and say, I'm going to pay your bill on your behalf, when you know it doesn't have water, it doesn't make sense. And there's no one who can address that. And if you will go to, there are some instances that you go to council, you see that the bill is ever growing and increasing every day. You don't understand why would they increase the bill every month when there is no water. There should be an increase in bill in terms of monthly when there is water. But now there's no water, and they're charging someone. Right now, I'm sure even here we don't have water. So, but we are receiving bills every month. That's where we have problems. But I don't think it's an individual problem, but it's a countrywide problem for this whole town. Everyone has been affected by council. I think it is because the carrying capacity is now too big. The population is now too big because if you go to city center at the moment, you can't even. It's full of people now. Where do they get? The infrastructure is overloaded now. So your question of